Hey, today we're going to Costco. For a lot of people, making a trip to Costco is an event that they truly look forward to. And so the chances are you probably know a Costco addict. Guilty as charged. Costco is the go-to place to stock up on all your essentials and even occasionally find hidden treasures you never even knew you wanted. But what if I told you that not everything at Costco is a crazy deal? So I'm here today to show you everything that you should and should not buy at Costco on your next trip.
The first thing that you should buy at Costco is organic canned beans. And this is one of my all-time favorite things to buy from Costco because they're non-perishable and I can stock up and pretty much never run out. So anytime I need some beans, I just go to my pantry and have them. I really like the price of their organic black beans. So you get 8 cans for $6.99, which is about 87 cents per can. And if you go to Whole Foods, it's like $1.10 per can. If you go to Aldi, it's like 96 cents per can. And if you go to Trader Joe's, it's like 99 cents per can. And that's for the organic varieties. At least at my Costco, they don't even sell like the conventional canned black beans. Today, I just bought the black beans because I already had some chickpeas, but I really like to buy both of those varieties. As someone who eats fully plant-based, beans are definitely a staple in my diet, so it's just so nice to buy them in bulk because they'll basically never go bad. The next item that you should buy at Costco is this specific brand of oats, which is the 1 Degree Organic Sprouted Oats. I love this brand so much because it is vegan and gluten-free and glyphosate-free. And glyphosate is an herbicide that the World Health Organization listed as probably carcinogenic because it can cause damage to the skin, liver, and kidneys, along with damage to soil and aquatic life, which we don't like that. The reason I specifically buy this from Costco is because of the price. So you get a 5-pound bag for only $7.49. And if I were to go to Whole Foods or wherever else this brand is sold, it's a solid like $6 to $7 for only like a 1-pound bag. I use oats in lots of things from like baking to oatmeal, obviously. At the price point, I just am so excited that Costco sells this brand. The next item is one that you should not buy at Costco, and that is coffee. While the coffee at Costco is priced at a pretty good price, to keep your coffee fresh, you typically want to buy it in a smaller size bag so that you get the best cup of coffee every single time. The bags that you buy at Costco are really big and it takes longer than a week usually, well for me and my husband, to get through that. I'm not gonna lie though, I have bought coffee from Costco in the past and will still occasionally buy it. If I don't get through the coffee in the amount of time, yeah, it's not gonna be as fresh, but it's also not terrible. So if you're more concerned about the budget aspect of coffee and you're not super particular about the taste and how fresh it is, this might actually be a should for you. At the end of the day, what you buy from Costco will be dependent on your lifestyle, and this is really just based on my opinions, but I really hope it's gonna help you figure out what is actually best for you to buy at Costco. So the next thing that you really need to buy at Costco is their nut butters, because you get these giant jars for only $5.99. So that is 27 ounces. Literally any other grocery store, you get the tiny little bitty jars for like $8 or even more. I really love the Kirkland brand that they have because it is super high quality and obviously a really great price. And if you're like me, you love nut butter with everything. You like to bake with it, you like to put it on your smoothies and in your smoothies. So we really like to buy both of their nut butter. So they have just regular almond butter and then they also have a mixed nut butter. The mixed nut butter is lots of different nuts and seeds and it's more chunky, and so we really like to put it on top of things. And then for the almond butter, we love to use it for baking since it's way more smooth and creamy, and I also like to use it in dressings. We go through our almond butters pretty fast, but if you don't go through yours super quick, you can store them in the fridge so that they don't go rancid as quickly. The next thing that you should buy at Costco is paper towels, because you get this giant package of 12 paper towel rolls for only $16.99. And these rolls are giant. So this whole package will last me 2 months at least. And then honestly, the same with their toilet paper. Basically, their paper goods are a really great deal. I'd say the quality is pretty good. I am a fan. I like it. I think it's fine. Lasts us a long time, so it's a good buy. Another thing that you should not buy at Costco is the bread. And the reason for that is because they give you so much bread. You get 2 giant loaves of bread. Unless you and your family are eating sandwiches for every meal of every single day, you may not be able to get through through all of that bread before it expires. So otherwise you would just have to freeze it, which I guess you could do. If you're just really concerned about the budget and you don't care about freezing your bread, then I guess you could get your bread at Costco. And then personally, with me being vegan and also having to be gluten-free, there's not a whole lot of options at Costco for me to even buy bread. Like the only gluten-free kind of bread that they have has egg in it, and then the other kind of gluten-free bread they have is just pita bread. Bread from there is a no from me. The next thing that I really love to buy at Costco is their tofu, because they have extra firm tofu for only $5.69, and you get 4 in a package of 16 ounces for a little like thing, which only is $1.42 per tofu package. Because even at Aldi, one package of the tofu there is $1.75. And then at Whole Foods and Trader Joe's, it's about $1.99. Plus it's organic, and I only buy organic tofu. As a vegan, tofu is another staple in my diet that I literally eat every single day, so I go through it. Plus you can freeze it if you don't go through it in time based on the expiration date. Another item that you should buy at Costco is the vanilla extract. You get this 16 fluid ounce bottle for only $15.99, which is about 99 cents per fluid ounce. Vanilla extract doesn't really go bad. Like the expiration date of this is October 7th of 2025, so that's like 4 years. Did I do the math right? Yeah. The next cheapest place to even buy vanilla extract would be Aldi, and that you get 2 fluid ounces for $3.49, which is about $1.75 per fluid ounce. So this is definitely the better deal. So obviously this is a really great buy if you are a baker and you love to bake like I do. But even if you don't, and you know you're gonna go through the vanilla extract in like a year or less than 4 years, this is definitely the place to buy it because it is way cheaper per fluid ounce. So one item that you should not buy at Costco is the cereal. And one reason for that is because the prices are pretty similar at other grocery stores. Plus they do go on sale way more often at the other grocery stores. If you like love cereal, there is way more selection at other grocery stores rather than Costco. Costco has a smaller selection. So personally, I do love cereal, but it's more of like a treat for me because I don't love all of like the sugary cereal, because that's more of like a dessert for me, and I like to make it into Rice Krispies. I would never go through that much cereal before it would go stale or expire. So unless you're eating cereal constantly or you have a really big family, I'm not sure Costco is the best place to buy your cereal. Another thing that you should always buy at Costco is their spices. I know some people would argue that you should not buy your spices at Costco because it comes in such big quantities. Costco really does have the best prices on their spices, and that even rhymes. I cook a lot and love to cook, and so I go through them constantly. So some of my favorites are right here. So I get the black pepper and salt. I also love the everything bagel seasoning from there, smoked paprika, garlic powder. I use garlic powder on pretty much everything, cinnamon, ground turmeric, crushed red pepper, and cumin. And then I also have the basil and the oregano and parsley from there, but that's in my cabinet and I didn't get it out. I have had no problem with them going bad or losing freshness. So Costco is a really great place to buy like your staple spices, but if you're needing some more like specialty spices, like maybe like ancho chili powder, and I don't even think they have like regular chili powder, I would get that somewhere else because they obviously don't even carry it. The next thing that I always like to buy at Costco is the gluten-free flour. So they have almond flour, which is obviously like nut-based, so if you're allergic to that, don't get it. I think it's a pound or maybe a little bit more than a pound for like $7.99, which is a great price, especially if you love to bake. They also have a brand called Namaste, and it's just gluten-free baking flour, like all-purpose gluten-free flour, and it's like $6 or $7. Gluten-free flours are typically very expensive. That's why I really like to get mine at Costco because it is such a great price and you get a lot. Now, if you're not gluten-free and you can have just like regular all-purpose flour, I think Costco sells it in a giant bag of like 25 pounds. I'm not sure if I would even buy mine from Costco if I needed all-purpose flour because 25 pounds, wow, man. The next thing that you should not buy at Costco is their baked goods. And for me personally, I don't buy my baked goods there because I don't even know if they have any baked goods that are vegan. And second of all, I can't even have gluten in the first place. If you're not in that situation, at the same time, while I think the baked goods would be perfect for parties and gatherings because you get so many for a really, really great price and it's pretty high quality in terms of a household and for your family, I'm not sure if you could go through it in enough time before it expired. Even when I bake my own food, like I have it it for more than a few days, like it starts to like decrease in the quality and the taste. Now I will say it does always smell good walking by the bakery, and I have heard really great things about their cake. The next thing that you should buy at Costco is their semi-sweet chocolate chips. You get 4.5 pounds for like $10, which is such a great deal. And these chocolate chips taste amazing. I also love that they are vegan because the ingredients are chocolate liqueur, sugar, soy lecithin, and vanilla. I'm also kind of sad right now because I have not seen these in store in a while. So I'm wondering if they discontinued them, and if they did, my heart will be broken because I love these chocolate chips. The next thing that you should really be buying at Costco is their frozen fruits and vegetables because it is such a great deal. And obviously they're frozen so they don't go bad. Each of these bags range from like $7 to $9 and you get so much. I love getting their wild blueberries because I use them in my smoothies every single morning, and I also like to put them in oatmeal. And then for the stir-fry vegetable blend, I just really like the blend that Costco sells. And then for the rice cauliflower, I honestly just put it in my smoothies to bulk it up and give them extra nutrients. So the next one is kind of a should and should not because honestly, it really depends. And that is the produce. All of their prices are so great on all of their fresh produce. If you're gonna go through their produce in like a week, like I will, by all means, you need to get your produce there because you get like this giant bag of spinach, which is like a pound, for like $4.50. I got all of these organic seedless cucumbers, which is my favorite variety, for like $3.99. Mushrooms, I could honestly probably buy 2 of these at a time and still be fine because I use mushrooms in everything. However, there are a few items that I don't buy, apples and peaches, because I don't use those quickly enough. Another thing would be avocados because you get a big bag of avocados and then they all go ripe at the same time, and then you're like scrambling trying to figure out like what you're gonna do with all these avocados other than guacamole. So I will say I don't get every single piece of produce that I eat at Costco. 1, because they simply just don't carry it, and 2, because sometimes I really just don't need that much. I get my cilantro at Aldi or Whole Foods because Costco doesn't even carry that. And then for like broccoli and Brussels sprouts, I know I'm not gonna go through that giant bag that they have. What you should and should not buy at Costco is really dependent on your lifestyle. If you're anything like me, you can never really get enough Costco. So here's some more things that you should really consider adding to your list at Costco on your next trip. So give that a click and I'll see you in the next video.